Alright guys, now I have done a sailing tutorial before to help with wind. I think we're just going to redo a new one since so many things have changed. So I went from the snow, I went out and sunk a lot of these Essex 5th rate ships, obviously been a lot bigger than me, stern raked them to death. Was able to finally just capture one, deciding to use it to go over sailing. So you do sailing in the tutorial, it kind of helps you, shows you the basics, but this will hopefully help with the new players. So this is for the noobs. Keep an eye on this. Oh, it looks like it might actually be turning right now, but keep an eye on the compass down here. Watch where the wind is going from left to right. Here's the direction the wind is blowing. So we're going to just start off with a quick tack. This hopefully will help out you noobs to kind of understand how to sail a little bit more proficiently. Obviously it's not the best. I'm definitely not the best at it, but pay attention here. So if anyone tells you no, you need to tack through the wind, I always just double tap A. I'm going to lock my rudder to the left. I'm going to watch right there. So I basically waited until that middle sail hit right parallel with the line. I double tapped Z to turn it through. And what's going to happen is that wind is now pushing against that sail right there, and it's going to pull me through the wind. Just like it did there. I didn't even slow down. I was going fast enough. So obviously if you're going really slow, you might have to do this a little differently, and we'll show you that real quick. I'm going to wait until I hit about 270, and I'm going to straighten out my sails. And see, you're going to pick up speed the second that wind hits that mid-sail again. Straighten out the rudder, the sails. We're still going, still using a powered up. So let's hit T here. If I want to stop, let's turn a little bit more to the left. The wind's coming through my right side, and I decide I need to stop as quick as I can. First thing I'm going to do is depower and hold down E and C. Turn my sails right into the wind as much as I can. Now, if you wait, watch what it does to the ship. Oh, there we go. Now, it does push it downwind a little bit because the wind is pushing straight on the ship, straight on the sails, so it will push you downwind. It's actually a nice little tactic. But as you can tell, that's slowing me down real quick. You then can go from there into reverse, use your rudder, go left, right, reverse in any which direction. In fact, we'll always start going back. I'm going to lock my rudder to the left here. There we go. Hope I can still inspect ships. Now, as I'm reversing, I have my rudder to the left here. That's turning my ship. I'm not going back too fast, but if I stay depowered, the more speed I get. Now, if I powered up, it would actually shift my ship to going forward again. It would gather speed. Here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to actually keep just turning, letting the wind push right against my sails, and I'm going to turn right back through the wind again. Right about there. Let's see. Yeah. Once it hits between about 315 and 0, look at right there. That's a good spot. I'm actually going to turn my front mast around to the left. Now, if you can tell, look how much faster it's ripping me through. Now, you could probably have done that a little bit earlier. It's up to you. But see, now it's just ripping me right back through there as quick as I can. Don't be afraid of tacking. Don't be afraid of working with the wind on this. Keeping the wind, he who controls the wind is going to control the battle here. So let's straighten that out. Hit the F key to go back to auto sail. Let's go straight again. Now, if someone wants you to wear through the wind, someone says, okay, turn right, you know, wear. Most people say that. A lot of people don't always use the word wear through the wind. Some do, some don't. If you do hear it, hopefully this helps. That just means turn all the way to the right, 180 degrees all the way around. But let's see what we can do here. Let's power back up. I need to do a full right-hand turn as quick as possible, and I'm going full sails. What you're going to do is double tap E and Z. I want to turn even harder, a little bit sharper than that. If I wanted to make it a little bit more sharp turn, I'm going to depower my sails. Now, what that's going to do is make my ship turn a little bit sharper, as that is. You can depower, or not depower, go down to battle sails if you want, and that'll actually even help you slow down a little bit, and your turn might even be a teeny bit sharper than that. But see now, look where my look where the wind is hitting. It's starting to push against that mast. That's already going to slow me down. It's going to keep the turn going, but for the most part, I don't want to slow down too much. So I'm going to actually just hold Q, straighten out that sail there. I'm going to keep turning even though I'm depowered. Now, if I want to tack through the wind right now, I do want to power up. That's what you're going to want to do. It's going to keep you a little bit higher speed for just a second longer. My mast hit that centerpiece. There we go. And again, you should only be paying attention to this, guys. My ship is pretty as it is. Just pay attention to this. That's what's most important here. I've stayed power up through the tack. Now watch how I'm going through the going a little too slow here. So what I want to do now, turn my rudder to the left, depower, and that's going to help me continue through that tack, even on battle cells. No real reason to be on battle cells, so we're actually just going to go back up to full. That just shows you that you can go through there. Now again, the wind will catch that middle sail. That is the most important sail when you do any of this, and that's going to start increasing your speed every knot. So usually you can actually just hit F key if you want at that time. Straighten out your rudder, and that's when it's best to go back to autopilot. Is the second that wind starts catching that mid and back sail. So, I don't know if it's helped in any way. Let's go back down into the wind here. Gather up a little bit of speed. I'm probably going to get kicked out of this any second because this battle's over. I thought I'd just make this quick tutorial after the end of killing something. So, straighten that rudder out. If I'm going this direction, guys, and someone wants you to do a hard right-hand turn, so when you're wearing through the wind, watch my sails here. I want to wear through the wind. Now if you see that, I'm making a point with my sails right here. A little bit of point. So that's the way I want to turn if I'm wearing through the wind. If you noticed, when I was tacking, I actually wanted to open up my sails to the direction I wanted to turn. Straighten out here. Now while going just one direction, turned my rudder a little too far. If I turn this, it does slow my speed down a little bit, but if you don't notice, it does actually turn the ship a little bit as well. There we go. Turns the ship just a tad bit. The more I turn it, it's still going to slow me down because I'm not getting as much speed. It's not going to turn my ship as much though. Now I want to turn it back the other way, so let's double tap that E key. Now I always double tap. You don't have to. Some people hold it if they like. Now as you can tell, it's just ever so slightly turning me, but not too much. Not very much at all. But it's always nice because you don't lose as much speed when you just use your front mast. But I am losing a little bit of speed there. Alright, let's go back up into the wind. I probably don't have much time before this battle just kicks me out. This thing does not turn on a dime either, and I'm getting a lot of speed while turning. Let's watch from an overview head here. Again, watch for that center mast to just go hit parallel. That is, in my opinion, usually the best time. Some ships are a little different. Some ships are just a little bit fatter, a little bit slower. Sometimes you want to hit it a little bit sooner. When I'm sailing a lee ocean or first rate, I tend to let that center mast go through the wind a little bit more. Now, as I said, since I had so much speed, it's just going to tear me right through here. But let's depower, and we're actually just going to go right back the other way. See how now that I open up my sails, turn my rudder back to the left, I'm depowered. Now that I've opened my sails, it's actually going to pull me back through the other direction instead of pointing that direction that I want to go there. Now, see if you stay on auto, it's just going to go any direction it can, and it's probably going to just keep you right here in the wind. It's not as easy. You can reverse back and forth, but it's up to you on that. But see, if I turn my rudder to the right and my sails are one direction, I'm just not moving. Just not moving. The second I open up that sail so that the wind catches it, it pushes through the sail and pushes my ship around. That is the best way to sit there and tack. Now, in any engagement, you want to keep the wind. Tacking is going to help you keep that wind. It's going to hopefully help you get ahead or above the other player. That way you can wind shadow them. And bam. Now the wind has caught that midsail. We're catching up speed. We're going to power up, hit the F key, and we are good to go. Alright, so that is sailing. That is maneuvering with your sails. You want to be able to manual sail in any battle, any engagement, or you're just going to have a struggle. If you end up in a clan, that is one of the top things they teach you right off the bat, and or tell you that if you don't know how to manual sail, they're just not going to bother with you. No one gets more angry than when they go into a battle with a player who cannot figure out how to use his sails correctly. So another quick trick is with what the devs have done nowadays, you are a lot more accurate when you are down to battle sails. Depower battle sails so that you know what that looks like, and if it ever drops them. Anyway, you're supposed to be a lot more accurate, apparently, even with mediums, once you go down to battle sails. If it ever goes down to battle sails. No? Not going down to battle sails? That would make sense. Anyway, we got through the sailing tutorial on that. That's all we need to know. If you have any questions, please message me in YouTube. Send a YouTube message. There's a lot of players out there who know exactly what they're doing. Many of them better than me. So you can just ask who you want on that. Thanks for watching this one.